Hey everyone, if you're new here, I'm Brandon Carroll, and today we're diving into cold prompting strategies in AWS App Studio. What is App Studio? Well, it's an exciting new tool from AWS that leverages generative AI to create applications for you. Whether you're a developer at your company, an IT admin, or a manager that just wants an app that can help you get work done. This video will show you how to craft effective prompts that can take your app from concept to reality in a very short period of time. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more tutorials just like this one. Cold prompting is all about how you guide the AI in App Studio to generate the application you want. I say cold prompting because we're coming in cold. We're coming into the process of creating an app at zero, meaning App Studio has no idea what we're going to ask it to do. It's cold. The trick is in how detailed and clear your prompts are. Today, I'll walk you through 5 different examples, each with varying levels of detail. And by the end, you'll understand how to create prompts that not only give you a solid app overview, but also get you closer to a fully functional application right out of the gate. All right, sound good? Let's go. Okay, so here I am on the screen where I'm going to generate an app using AI, and I need to describe what the app is going to build. So let's create an app for tracking personal expenses, and I'll go ahead and apply that. And as you can see, we get a description now of what our app is going to look like. It gives me use cases and now the app overview. Now, as you look through the overview and you look through the About Your App page, it will give you details on what the app is going to do. The home page, the expense page, here's your data model. And of course, below that, we have our app overview. And I'll expand that just to give you an idea of that. And it looks pretty good. But what you'll notice is that this application, while it has a lot of key features and usage, it may be a little basic. So I'll just generate this app. We can look at it in another video. But let's go beyond basic. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into App Studio and I'm going to create another application. Now let's do this a little earlier in the process so you can actually see what it looks like. So here we are on the Builder Hub page, and I'm going to create a new app, and then I'll go ahead and give my app a name. Now I was already beyond this in our first example, so this is just showing you what I would have done to prepare. So this is also a personal expense tracker. I'm going to add my connector here. This will be all set up by the admin for you, so don't worry about that. So we'll go ahead and get our environment set up. And now we can describe the app. So let's go ahead and put in here a little more detail this time. Okay, so we're going to say create an app for tracking personal expenses with features like multi-currency support, recurring expenses, categories, and a dashboard that shows spending trends over time. Okay, that's more detailed. Let's go ahead and send that in. And we can see the About Our App page, our requirements here. So it knows a little more about our requirements. I see multi-currency there, that's good. And let's scroll down. We can see the user flow here, that looks good. And if we scroll down a little bit more, we have the data models. All the while, you see the AI working over on the left-hand side with the little 3 dots. It was doing that to generate our app overview, and now here we have it. So this is gonna give us our app summary. And it's basically what we asked it, key features and usage. So if we look at the key features here, recurring expenses, categorization, okay, this looks good, reporting, our CRUD operations, and then under the usage, there we go. Let's go ahead and generate this app. This is another one we can take a look at later. But you can see how quickly we're able to generate this application based on the requirements that we've provided. Okay, so that's 2. Let's go ahead and create another application. We'll go back to the Builder Hub and let's create another application. This one will make a little different. Okay, so let's call this one Team Project App. All right, and we'll click Next. And of course we have to select our connectors, so we'll do that. and click Next. And now, on our next page, we have our environment. Let's create an app for managing a team project with features for task assignments, progress tracking, and team collaboration via chat. When documents are shared, they will be uploaded to an S3 bucket. We can use Slack for the chat functionality, and a task assignment should be sent to a specific Slack channel when we generate it. Okay, yeah, that looks like a little more detail, right? Okay, so this should give us something good. We analyze it. All right, we have the About Your App, and our app overview is done as well. So let's go back and take a look at this. Okay, so we can see our key features, our usage. Okay, this all looks like what we were looking for. Let's look at the requirements up here. So remember, this is our use case. And if we look through that, it all looks accurate. Here's the user flow. Progress tracking, team collaboration, that's good. Here's our data sources. All right, this looks good. So what are we gonna do next? We're gonna generate the app. Okay, now we've got 3 prompts with varying levels of detail. And the more specific we got, the more AI could, or App Studio could look at the requirements that we have and then generate an app based on that. And it's giving us the bones. And the bones are mostly filled in. And we will have to go back afterwards and we'll have to do a little bit of editing to make this app fully functional. But it is putting us light years beyond where we would have been in that 1 minute that we generated a prompt, or we created a prompt, entered it, and then it generated an application. So this is really cool stuff, right? Let's look at our 4th prompt example. And in our Builder Hub, we'll create an app. Let's give our app a name. This is going to be a questionnaire application. A little different, right? Select our connectors. All right. And it'll set up our environment. Let's describe it. I am a project manager and need to create an application to create and track customer questionnaires. The questionnaire will provide information to create an agenda around financial operations based on the way the customer answers the questionnaire. The application should track questionnaire completions and send completed questionnaire data to an approver via email. There will be 10 questions, including the customer name, customer location, and account manager. The questionnaire page will be ungated. The responses that are tracked will require privileged access. Okay, much more detailed prompt this time. Let's go ahead and send it in. And as we can see, our app requirements, our use cases, our user flow. See, we can see we need to send to an approver for email. That's what we were looking for. And we also need to take a look at our app overview now that it's generated. Looks good. And we generate the app and we will go ahead and edit it in another video. Okay, but as we've looked through this, you've noticed a couple of times I've said that I want to do some notifications via Slack or I want to send some emails. These are also going to be connectors that an administrator will have to set up in App Studio. However, after we get into edit our application, we will have to go into our workflow where we see those connections that are made and give it a little bit of information so that those will all function properly. It's not really difficult, and we'll show you that in another video. Okay, so again, we see how App Studio can handle these different prompts that we give it. Now I'm going to show you one more example. I said I was going to show you 5 prompts. I'm actually going to show you 6 because 5 and 6 are going to be combined. So let's start out again in Builder Hub and let's create an application. And let's call this one we'll call it Internal Auditor App. We'll say we're an internal auditor this time. We're going to connect to our database through our connector. That's selecting our data sources. We'll click Next. It'll set up our environment again. We've seen this a couple times now. Now we're going to describe our app. I am an internal auditor that conducts audits of various services, both internal and customer-facing, across my company. I want to create an application that can associate services my company provides and their owners to audits by audit identifier. I need to be able to add, remove, and update services that are within the scope of an audit, as well as create new audits to manage. Services should have the properties of service name, service owner, and description. Audits should have the properties of audit ID, audit name, lead auditor, and audit team responsible for the audit. Audit date, of course, and potentially service and audit results. Okay, so we think this is a nice prompt. It's going to give enough detail, and we get to the About Your App page where it shows our use cases, and as we're looking through it, maybe we start looking through these requirements and we start to realize there could be something missing in here. I have search details, I have update audit details, manage services from an audit. And when we look at the About Your App page, and I look at the usage, I realize I am missing something. So let's stay right here and say, I want to make sure that when an audit is entered, the audit owner is notified in Slack and by email. Also, I want to show on the dashboard a graph of completed audits against the total services. Okay, so those are the two things I forgot: notifications and my dashboard. So let's send this into App Studio. And about our app, the page just updated. There's a new app overview. And now we can see it's lining up with what we expected it to do. Okay, so this looks good. And at this point, it's starting to come together, right? So go back up to my app summary, look at my requirements here, and let's just make sure, yeah, the lead auditor is notified via Slack and email. That was that new addition that I put in there. So this looks really good, and at this point, we should probably generate the app, and then we can get in here and start working with it. Yep, we even have a graph that's going to be displayed, so let's go. And now we have a fully functional app. Well, we have an app that is ready for us to go in and customize so that it will be fully functional. Isn't that awesome? The power that we have using generative AI and that component in App Studio. Okay, once we generate our app, that's when it's time for us to dive in and explore, but we're gonna save that, like I said, for another video. So there you have it. By mastering cold prompting in AWS App Studio, you can effectively guide the creation of your apps to be both functional and tailored to your specific needs. And remember, the key is in the details that you provide. The more precise your prompts, the better the outcome. So go ahead and try for yourself and see what you can create. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. If you have any questions or you want to see more examples, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching and happy coding.